Okay, so the topic of this one is let the lions and the hyenas eat, but set the rules. Okay, so let the lions and the hyenas eat, but set the rules. So the general underlying understanding of this is, when you think of a lion, king of a jungle, or the jungle, he's generally depicted when it comes to the hyena. He's generally depicted as the good guy. And when you look at the hyena or think of the hyena, it is generally depicted as the bad guy. So whether you think of this consciously or subconsciously, this is, generally how both of these two animals are perceived. Nevertheless, these two animals, the lion and the hyena, they're like hunter predators, and they're always interacting and encountering one another's prey and having to fight and basically tussle over survival. Okay, and so they're enemies basically. Nevertheless, they're like alpha male, if you want to take on that particular type of understanding. Very aggressive. Okay, and nevertheless, the lion doesn't always win, depending on the situation. The hyenas are known to, do their thing. So let's take a look at, our lives. Like, who would be considered the hyena in your life? Just that true adversary in a sense, even in a business sense. It could be a competitor or, so forth. I don't know. But, it's just something to kind of think about. So you got to realize, I've come to realize in a sense that, you got everybody that's pretty much eaten. Everybody's pretty much eating, and they're going to eat. Okay, and you have to let people eat. Okay, even in your own situation, your own project. Okay, with your own projects, even with your own projects, you have to let people eat because they're going to eat. And if you don't allow people to eat, they're going to steal and rob and do whatever it takes to be that parasite in your life, But, there's many other factors or whatever, but, just stick with me. Okay, so you got the lion, the good guy. Okay, who would be the good guy? The boss. Okay, the boss in what sense? The boss is taking care of the people. A boss is not, this egotistical maniac or whatever, or this aggressive alpha male that whatever. No, a boss is a person that not only takes care of themselves, but take care of their people, and a lot of people. Okay, so in order to take care of a lot of people, you have to make big moves, boss moves. So understand that. So you have the lion, the good guy. Okay, now you got the hyenas. Now you got, everybody knows when a person starts to grow and starts to increase, then you have these people and these forces that are constantly coming and trying to take their money. You know what I'm saying? That's where it goes into the asset protection aspect of it. So you got the lion and then you got the hyenas, but you got to realize you got to let people eat. You have people all around you that you don't even know, maybe hyenas or whatever, but you got to, set a place in a situation for people to eat. And you got to realize that people are going to eat. Even like the government, the IRS, I'll consider them hyenas. They're predators and they're very aggressive, right? And they will come and take your spoil, right? So they're like hyenas, but you got to let them eat. They're going to do their thing. So just make space in your life. This is what we learn. This is what we are learning. You know what I'm saying? We see that situations may be, or we may feel that they are unjust or unbalanced, people taking more than their fair share. But what we have to do is we got to think bigger, and we have to, I believe, now realize that all this time, especially us, all this time, everybody's been eating. Everybody's been eating off of us. Everybody, and basically what we get to do at the end of the day is go, drop ourselves in the bed, and wake ourselves up for everybody to continue to be able to eat. But I believe that, we as, the lions, should get the lion's share of ourselves. That's what I'm saying, and let the hyenas eat. Still they got to eat. Let them get there. But make sure from this point on that we are getting the lion's share of our own selves. So this is what I'm talking about when we talk about let the lions and the hyenas eat, but you set the rules. You have to set the parameters. We're not talking about allowing people to run over us. That's not a boss. A boss understands, his landscape, and the things that's going on around them. These are things that, we are learning. And I say we're learning because there are new boss, coming basically into town, meaning a new type of mind state, a more just mind state, a mind state that cares more about the people instead of just, having this cold, robotic type of, mentality. So just understanding that what we're going through right now, like what I'm covering right now, we're going to go into it deeper, here in a couple of weeks, maybe even, some days out, but just kind of touching on this. So just laying out the platform, the landscape, the understanding as to what we want to walk into, let the lions and the hyenas eat. So you got to let people eat. There are bosses. There are people that are trying to make some things happen, not just for themselves and their family, which that's what, we are supposed to be doing, not just for ourselves and our family, but also for many, many people. Like we want to create a new place, a new positive place, a new just place, a new level playing field where people can have true, equal opportunity. I mean, I think, that's what more can you ask if somebody gives you your fair opportunity. Now, if you're not ready, that's on you, that's on you. But nevertheless, this is what so there are people that's stepping up and want to do fair business, want to do just business. And once again, we're not, coming in with this mind state of greed and selfishness. The new boss has a mentality of sharing, like they say, sharing is caring. So that new boss has the mentality of sharing so that because he's not, a new boss is not moving off of the ego. He's not intimidated of other people knocking him off his square, because he knows that what's he and she. I'm not, getting into that. The women are, a lot of them becoming bigger boss than the men. That's just the reality. So understand. But the new boss understanding who they are, from within, and not really intimidated. About or intimidated by other individuals, coming up and flexing. You know what I'm saying? The reality is the new boss also understands that he has a boss. See, there's rules. There's rules. Even a boss understands that he has a boss, somebody or something to answer to. A true boss understands that. So he's not just going to be basically some wilding out, a dictator or whatever. So these things, we have to understand. But once again, coming into that understanding, and we'll go deeper into it, like I said, but let the lions let the lions and the hyenas eat, but set the rules. So setting the rules, meaning you set the parameters. Even with the, let's say the IRS, you feel like, they take in more of their fair share. Don't you know that there are laws that even they have to abide by? There's rules. You got to understand the rules. We have to understand the rules from here on out, so we will know how to establish ourselves and set the parameters of what people can and can't do to us. There's also, all type of loopholes or whatever, but it's not that topic. My point is, we have to learn how to set the parameters, set the rules, and at the same time allow people to eat. And I believe that, you have less problems in that way. So this is something we'll touch on, like I said, a little later. But what I do want to touch on is this. We have the 6 energy centers of business. This is what we truly focus on, the 6 energy centers of business. And what this is the first one is, for instance, the energy of yourself, like your health. You want to be in good health. You have to be, in order to successfully run a business, you have to be in good health. You have to have that vibrant energy. And that's the first one. Now the second one goes into